tell me, what is core competence? What are the stage on them?
Core competencies is firstly identify the fault.
Okay.
Okay. So we want to see what it is, what we've done. So for instance, it's a 30-mile-an-hour road and we're doing 35 miles an hour.
Okay.
So we identify what it is that we've done wrong.
Yeah.
Then the second stage of core competencies is what effect would that have?
Okay.
So for instance, if we're doing 35 mile an hour in a 30-mile-an-hour road, what do you think the consequences of that could be?
Okay. Are you asking me now?
I'm asking you that question.
Okay. Well, okay.
Or are we just? Oh, do you want me just to describe
No,
it
it's
at the
okay.
moment?
You can, you can play that, no problem. So you're saying if I go slow, okay, make traffic behind me, maybe?
No, you're going fast. You're going,
you're going fast.
You're going 35 mile an hour in a 30-mile-an-hour zone.
Ooh. Consequences. I don't know.
So, if there's a speed camera, what do you think the consequences might be? Doing 35 in a 30-mile-an-hour.
I get flashed.
You might get flashed. And what happens if you get flashed?
Point on my license.
You get points on your license and a fine. And when you're new learners up to 2 years, if you only need to get 6 points on your license and you have to do your test again.
Oh yeah, okay.
So that's one reason. That's something that may directly affect you. What other effects do you think it might have for going too fast? We're driving down this road, maybe there's a school a little bit further down, and we're doing 35 miles an hour. What other consequences do you think there could be?
Maybe less time to react.
Yeah, you take longer to stop. So if say there's a school, a child run out on the road, it would take us further to stop if we're doing 35 miles an hour than it would do at 30. So what would happen then if it took us longer to stop? Somebody ran out. What do you think the consequences could be?
Hit them.
We could hit them, couldn't we?
Yeah.
30 mile an hour, which we often get in these built-up areas, is for a reason. There's more dangers here, isn't there?
Okay.
There's junctions, parked cars, children out playing. So here it's important that we've got our speed down to 30 mile an hour or less, depending if we think it's a bit more dangerous. So we want to look at what the fault is, what the consequences might be, maybe to you and other people. And then the last part of our core competencies really is what we're going to do about it, or why you might have actually, or why you might be doing 35. So why might you be going too fast in a 30 mile an hour speed limit zone? Do you think?
Why I'm going fast?
Yeah. So assuming we're doing 35 miles an hour in a car, what reasons do you think you might be doing 35?
Just want to get there quick, maybe, or just not.
Yeah, might be attitude.
There's some car at the back, they're just too close. I was just gonna get out quickly.
Yeah, that could be one of the things, is that you're nervous and the car behind feels like you're forcing you forward, which it shouldn't do. It might be we don't know it's a 30 mile an hour speed limit. Maybe we haven't looked at the speed limit signs and noticed. So it might be lack of knowledge. It might be, in effect, poor attitude, that we sort of think, I'm safe to do this here, I'm okay, or being pushed by other road users. So we've got to really identify why it is we're doing it, whether it's lack of knowledge or we actually know we're going too fast and we're accepting we're doing something wrong. And then the last thing we need to think about is, once we've identified the fault, what the consequences are, is what we're going to do about it.
Don't go over the speed limit.
Yeah, we don't go over the speed limit. So it may be, if we haven't noticed that it's a 30 mile an hour road, it might be we haven't noticed signs, we haven't noticed other indicators, which sometimes with the sat nav will actually tell you it's a 30 mile an hour speed limit sign. Don't 100% rely on that one, because that might not be accurate and up to date. We've got other things like these built up areas here. Maximum it's going to be is 30 mile an hour in this sort of area, isn't it, with small roads. I would say lampposts go together, but I don't think they particularly are here. Or maybe are. So we're looking for other indicators on here. And I'm waffling away madly now. And probably lost the point. So I'd like you to take over.
Alright, okay, that's not bad. Okay, Sharif, what do you think?
Basically, I think she did cover everything except from for the 30 mile per hour. For the consequences, it's maybe someone pulling from, I think I think you did cover that one as well. You did mention people drive away from their houses.
I just I didn't really give very many specifics. I just said that,
just
you
like
know,
in general,
when you're going faster, it
Yeah,
takes you
yeah.
longer to stop. So if there's a danger, and I think I'll just use children in this case,
You can give
it's hard to
hundreds of
just stop.
scenarios.
So I broke it down to
Okay.
him, what could happen to him, like, you know, if he continually drove over 30, you know, over the speed limit, and he got 6 points on his license,
Yeah.
he would lose his license, have to take it again
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
quicker. So what might, because some,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes people think personally, what personally affects them
Yeah.
is their trigger, and then also what potentially just an, you know, what one danger could be, rather than going through them all, because I talk
Yeah.
too much anyway.
No, I think, yeah, Susan did cover that. I mean, she just mentioned a few things about danger, do QA with me. Just basically, if you want to talk about, yeah, you can also mention car as well. No problem with that. Okay,
Can we
one
go
after
in
this car.
details or just
You can
in
go in
general?
it. You can do both, between both. Really, you can do some general and some details. Okay, yeah. So you're asking that. Okay, what are the consequences if we go, like, say, over speed limit? Yeah. And then if I didn't know, which is I just pretend I don't know, and then Susan said, okay, what about the speed cameras? Okay, that was a good one. So I said flashed, okay, and what? And then she did quite a good QA. Now, what's happening if it's flashed? Then what can be
Yeah.
consequence after that?
Yeah.
Okay, I lose my license, get point, and then she'd go a little bit too detailed as well, like the 6 point license, you're gonna lose all over again, which is good. Okay, and then school, she mentioned it, which is good. Okay, so how about at school? If the school time kids around, what could be happen? I said maybe time to react, and I said okay. And then again she asked me again, if the kids there, for example, just suddenly run in front of you, what could happen then? If you go, yeah, she asked again. Okay, yeah, it was open question, but which is good. So you did open question, not like yes or no, yeah, because you open it. I think that's very good. Yeah, so this is because open question. Yeah, you can mention like more things. You can mention car, motorcycles. You can mention a million things really. If you just talk about like, you can say like ambulance coming out, police car there, police maybe stop you. You can say million consequences. I think we don't want to get too complicated. We don't want to give too info, but just maybe 2 or 3, as long as they understand what the main consequences are. Okay, yeah, then I think it should be fine. You're right as well. Car, you can mention cars, you can mention horse, you can mention anything really in the road. Tree falling off from the tree coming down. Yeah.
So just let him understand the consequences of over the limit. So anything could happen. So make sure you drive for your safety and for the others as well.
So except that I think that Susan did everything okay.
Yeah. I probably do think I didn't think I asked you was, if we're talking about, because we went from me explaining to question answers, I changed what we were doing part of the way through.
Yeah.
The only thing I think I would add if I was doing a proper session was on that scenario is, why were you going 35 mile an hour? So I'd probably ask you first, so I'd understand whether it is lack of observation, as in you didn't know the speed limit, or you didn't care what the speed limit was,
exactly,
or you hadn't got control over the car to make it go at 30 even though you knew you should. So I try and find what the root cause of it was to start off with, and then do the rest of it.
So that was good. I mean, you did identify the fault immediately, which is good, but why come first? Yeah? Because if you don't know why they did that, then you can explain about half an hour and then ask why again. Maybe this is something completely, your explanation change, and you have to explain again. Yeah? So again, if you don't understand why they're doing it, of course, then you cannot fix them. See what's going on in their head. Okay? You'll cover the why later.
Yeah,
which is,
I think it's because I think I actually started off with explaining what the core competencies was, and then I switched it quite early on into doing a role play. So I started telling you, and then I actually switched it. So then I missed that first bit.
No, that's okay. That's okay. But other things was missing as well. So core competency, we got analyze the fault, which is we find the fault immediately, and ask why, and the consequence in catch was good. So what happened last? What was the last one is?
And then what we're going to do about it, or what you're going to do differently next time.
Yeah. So if I say like, okay, I'll make sure that I'm not going too fast this time. Okay. So now it's come to remedial action. Yeah, which is remedy, call it. Yeah. So now, what sort of help would you offer me, or what sort of question you would ask me in this point to go and practice then?
So we didn't notice the speed limit last time. So we've decided the next thing we need to do, we need to make sure we're keeping within the speed limit. So with that, do you want me to sort of guide you through it? So I'll tell you when the speed limits are, tell you what your speed limit is. Do you want me just to prompt you if you're going over again? Or do you think you understand the principles and you want to drive independently?
Okay.
So which do you think is going to be best for you now?
That's great. Well done, Susan. Okay, so that's fully, it's called competence covered. Okay, identify the fault, analyze the fault by asking why, okay, the consequences, and make sure, guys, encourage your people at least minimum 3. One and not enough. So because a lot of people actually go to test PDAs and examine it at the end, they said, okay, not encourage enough. To learn to analyze their own problems, to take responsibility on that one. Okay, you did good. Okay, but I'll always recommend that at least do minimum 3.
Okay.
1 or 2ish, maybe 3, and make it a little bit bigger as well. Like, you know, I kind of make it a bit bloodier, maybe, or a bit more it's scarier sometimes. You can,
we're all gonna die.
It really works. I mean, to be honest, in my experience, I mean, when I said to my student, this is a danger or this is that. Say, for example, if you don't check the mirror to go around this car, so I identified the fault. Said, okay, ooh, that poor motorbike, blood everywhere, you just killed a guy. Oh my God, which one? Where? So, well, you didn't check that mirror, did you? Okay, no. So if, imagine that was a motorcycle, that would really happen, blood on the floor right now. You killed a guy. Why you did that? Why didn't check your mirrors? What happened? Oh, I forgot. Then you can go through the consequences. Or you could have said, you could say that, okay, I thought nobody did. I did check wheel before. It was okay 5 minutes ago. But then you know what to answer, isn't it, right?
Yeah.
Things will change every second. Okay, So it's so you basically go like kind of, say for example, if I speeding was, if me wasn't a speed on the test, okay, so this is it. I want to do the car competence, and the guy sit at the back or do my learners now here. I would say, okay, do you know what's the danger? I have to ask why and stuff. Okay, so he say that, okay, I just like a car at the back with pressure on me, so I want to just go quicker. I said, okay, so what's the consequence on going too fast then on that one? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, say I don't know. You mentioned camera, which is good. Then at school was good. Okay, maybe I add overtaking the. Maybe also I add. Okay, if it's emergency vehicle coming out from side, cars pulling out from side, one of those to make it 3. To make it 3. You did cover it.
No, that's good. 3. If I use that principle,
I would say minimum 3. So then in that point, you encourage enough. Again, depend on your learners. Okay, some of them need more encouragement, some of them need more QI. Okay, then of course you take from there. Okay, then
okay,
then right. Now that fault, when you have to identify that fault, so if the learners are making mistakes, would you tell them to make the fault? When you're going to tell them to make fault?
Well,
on the spot or after that, or
depends on what it is, really.
So if I'm turning left, I'm going wide, so when are you going to tell me that?
Well, I'd try and talk you out of doing it to start off with, so I'd try and prevent it if I could see it was happening. But I think if they're turning left and they'd made a fault and it wasn't just the first time they'd done it, if it was the first time and they were reasonably competent, I would just tell them about that bit and we'd try another left-hand turn. But if we'd had a couple, I'd probably pull them up on the side of the road and explain it to them. You've got somebody knocking on your door.
Okay. So, 1 second. Okay, so back to core competence again. So what you were saying again? What are you asking?
If we driving and I did spot the hazard or I did identify the hazard, so do I need to mention it to them while we're driving, or do I need to pull him off the road?
So when you think you could pull them over, so you say it's teaching someone roundabout, and there's no place to pull in, so so she did or he did some mistake on roundabout, so you identify the fault. So then when you're going to pull the person up, then you think in that situation, can you pull them up immediately, you think?
Not immediately, when safe to do so, or maybe after when I find like maybe I pull him into the next road, or maybe just into the roadside, and then explain to him, and then we have to come back again to try the same exercise.
How about if there's no road available for a while, like you just have to drive to find some place?
because that's happened to me in real scenario. Because some student, if they commit fault and if you start to explain to them while they're driving, they get confused because they don't concentrate ahead. So that means they will do another things as well. So
yeah, okay.
What am I gonna do in this situation?
Now, definitely I would identify still for immediately, but what I do with them, because so basically you don't want to worry them, don't panic them by identify. The way you identify need to be like kind of relaxing way as well, okay? Just if someone ran around about, okay? Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Don't do, oh my god, like if say like this, then of course the panic and they start making other crazier stuff with it, and it's not safe, okay? So if, say, I can give you some example. If my learner say doing forgot the signal, yeah? So forgot signal to leave the roundabout, yeah? I'm gonna say, okay, oh, you forgot the signal. Let's signal left, I'll signal for you. That's enough, yeah? So you identified that already, yeah? Then pull them on the side somewhere, of course, somewhere, maybe after 5 minutes, depend of the area. Because sometimes you can't just find a place to pull up, is it, right? Because, yeah? Then talk about it. Or sometimes it's something like a signal or just a couple of mirrors. You don't need to pull up really. You can just actually chat on the move.
Yeah.
It's not really big, massive, you know, things that you have to pull them up. But if something that you involve them really physically, breaking for them or grab the steering or nearly hit someone, those are crazy. This is really definitely identify for them. Anyway, when you do the physically and you're doing that identify already because they know now what happened because you catch the strain already. Yeah, so just tell them calm and relax, doesn't matter. Okay, then yeah, and then we're gonna pull up someone on the left soon, talk about this. Okay, yeah, just relax, don't worry about it. Okay, yeah, just be the calm voice, you know. So you don't want to panic yourself, because if you panic yourself, then of course they. So how do you do yourself? I mean, you said you're struggling sometime on that. So what happened? Can you give me the example? What happened? Can you give me one of those scenarios that happened with your learner and said that you did struggle?
The scenario, because as a new learner, sometimes like at the roundabout, because sometimes as a skilled driver you will get some chances, because I do explain to him like you have to understand what people they go in by their position, by their indicating, by everything. So so sometimes, let's say if we go in first exit, let's say, or second exit, because we did approach and there is cars coming from the other road. I just keep telling him, if there is any cars coming from the opposite road and approaching the roundabout without no indicate, so that's definitely he going to second exit. So he might as soon as he indicate left, he might give you time. So because the cars from his left, they will stop for him. So I will say to him, at that point, if you're ready, so you can move on. And it's happened to me, like cars coming from the opposite road, and he was very slowly. I think he's old man, and the traffic from our right is stopped, and he was like doing the point to point, and then stalling the engine.
Your learner, yeah?
Yeah, my learner. So he did start the car again, and then he started to move again. I said to him, you have to. So that's the reason why I did physically brake for him, because I said to him, we missed the opportunity because you stalling the car, you was panicking, and so you have to check again. I said to him, because that car went. Yes, he was going very slow and the traffic is stopping for him, but now he's gone. So you have to check again. So that's what happened to me actually.
So what you did with that situation is, so you brake for her, and then so you obviously go out the roundabout anyway, eventually go out roundabout. So how do you deal with the situation? How do you talk to her, and what do you do next?
My reaction was not, because usually I'm not angry person. I don't want to get like my people, I was like cool and calm, and and then I did pull her on the road, and then I did explain I did explain roundabout again, and show her some diagram. And I've got board like this one. I did some drawing, and we came back again, same roundabout, and she did she did all right.
Good. I mean, when you pull her on the side, how do you talk about? I mean, what do you say about what happened there?
When I pull her, I did ask about consequences, what it could be happen if I didn't share the responsibility, and So you have to explain other people, or you have to know their intention, what are they doing, where they going.
Okay.
And I did all this stuff.
Did you ask her why she did that? Why she stole? What's happened? Why she go? What happened? Did you ask her why she doing it?
She did it because she was doing it spot on, but she left her left foot from the clutch early.
Okay.
And I did like tell her when exactly to do this again and get ready for.
Also, did you mention that the feedback during the session when the critical incidents happen? How did you do feedback on that one? Like, say, I think you mentioned just a little bit earlier that what happened if I didn't brake for you? Yes. Did you mention that to her? What happened if I didn't brake for you?
Yeah, I did. Yes, this is what the consequences are. Yeah.
Okay. I did. So yeah, it did not bad then. So it's happened. Sometimes Lena's a bit panicking, so a bit nervous. It's happened. But did she do that again? Same thing after that. I mean, she did one round night, but she's still doing it sometime before the roundabout. She stole sometime still.
No,
she's still struggling.
No, she's okay now,
she's
because
fine, okay.
I think it's maybe my fault, because this is the first time for the roundabout, and we did first exit. She did it okay, so I was like pushing her forward. Like I said, okay, let's go for second exit and see what's going to happen. So that's the one. So I did repeat so many with the first again, first, and then when we go again to the second exit, she did it okay.
Okay. It just sometimes you need to adapt it sometime. I mean, depending if your learner's ready for that or not, or probably she maybe need a little bit more help from you at that point. Yeah. If they're new, because when you're going right, there's a lot of cars coming from right, and then the judgment. Yeah. Now the most of learners, guys, okay, they just want to go quick to the roundabout, because this is very common. Fall down lanes or make it, okay, they just stall. Yeah. Because they think that they have to go really quick. You know. So how would you actually explain to them you don't have to go that quick to the roundabout? Yeah. Do you know why actually they're doing it?
I mean, I think they're under pressure to keep up with the traffic and not hold traffic up, because that's what they say. Oh, I didn't want to hold up the guy behind. Yeah. And I pretty much say this is our time on our road, and it's safer for us to do it slowly at the speed you're going to do it correctly, than try and go too fast and potentially make some mistakes here. So we've got to do it at a speed that we're right at, and then once we've got it right and we know what we're doing, then we can gradually build our speed up. So we're doing it at a normal speed, the same as the other cars. Yeah. And we've got lots of things on the cars that tell other cars that we're going to possibly be a little bit slower and more careful. Okay.
What other things they think they're afraid of? So the behind, you mentioned behind one, they don't want to hold the traffic behind too long. What other things are they worry in the roundabout when they want to go in? So I'm going to give you guys any good tips in a minute, okay, on this one. Let's see. Yeah.
They worry about cars coming from the right side, and they don't check further away. Yes, they check just like before the just by the roundabout. They don't plan ahead, or they don't see far away, or they don't have good judgment or stuff like that.
So how would you teach that to them? How would you teach them all those things? Because you said they don't plan ahead. So if they didn't plan ahead, then whose fault was?
Ours. Because we haven't spoken to them, because we're guiding them at this point, aren't we? So we'd be going, okay, we're looking at the roundabout, we can see this white car that's not signalling. Where do you think that's going? Or that should be coming. That should be, not will be, because it never is a will be, is there?
That's what I do.
Down, and there's a car coming there, and I would probably even at the beginning still ask them a little bit, do you think that's going to come in front of us? Yeah. But still telling them, but almost trying to get them to think and start to judgment themselves, but sort of sort of guiding and prompting at the same time with that one, depending on what they're like. Some people respond more to trying to get them to think about things and making their decisions at the same time as us.
It's roundabout. Teaching roundabout is not really easy task, because roundabout is quite complicated. I mean, everything is on the move, everything keeps moving, everything have to be on the action all the time. So of course you need to plan ahead for them and then help them with that. Okay. Now regarding again core competence, again, of course, when you identify the fault, you need to tell them immediately, of course, so not forget. Some people remember, some not. Okay. So I'll tell them immediately, but don't panic them. Just help them out if they need to, of course, and pull them on the side, and then you find the solution, and then that's it. Go for it again. Yeah, yeah. We'll do some QA. So you did not bad then. Yeah, because just sometimes learners are just panic.
Yeah,
It's not because you're doing wrong.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay. And even me. Okay, you think that Sharam is trainer or he's very good at teaching? No, I have learners that believe me hard. That's no matter how many times I tell them, okay, do this, do that, do this. They still not the Susan. No, Susan did that before. So it's not your fault. Okay, yeah, right. But if something that like said that if you didn't know what the gear are, you don't know where the food are, where they're looking at, this is gonna be all yours because you should be aware of all this. Make sure to do the right things, buddy. Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So you're happy with the core competencies, guys, about those analyzing and stuff,
I think so, yeah.
Any question on that one?
Yeah, I'm fully satisfied. Yeah, good.
Happy?